Alright guys, so we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. This is going to be the first fitness related video that I go out of my way to edit and do all that kind of cool stuff to. Long story short, I wanted to specifically lose 25 pounds in 3 months. Now, for the record, I wouldn't recommend losing that much weight that quickly for most people, but I was successful. However, there were things that I wish somebody would have told me in advance prior to doing this, whether it was because I ended up getting discouraged at certain points or because these tips could have just helped me be more successful in my goals. So, coming up are my top 6 things that I wish I knew when I started my weight loss journey. So, the number one thing, because yes, I'm getting straight to the point with the number one thing that I wish I knew when I first started losing weight, was the concept of calories in, calories out. You'll see this usually abbreviated on the internet as CICO. What this essentially means is that so long as the amount of calories coming in is lower than the amount of calories going out every day in your body, you will lose weight. It doesn't matter if these calories coming in, if they're from healthy foods, if they're from junk foods, it absolutely positively does not matter. So long as the amount of calories that you're getting from your daily intake of food is lower than the amount of calories that your body needs to maintain its weight, you will lose weight. Yes, if you need 2,000 calories a day to maintain your weight, you can eat 1,500 calories of Twinkies and you will still lose weight. That's why you hear these stories about these people who did the McDonald's diet. They ate nothing but chicken nuggets and they lost weight. Why? Because as long as you're paying attention to the amount of calories that you're eating, that's what matters from a weight loss perspective. Now, there are these things called macronutrients, which are 3 things: carbs, fats, and protein. You do need to eat a minimum amount of those to keep certain processes in your body functioning properly. That's a topic for another video. That's its whole own topic. The main point of this takeaway is that so long as you are eating less, I'll say it again, you're eating less than you're burning. It doesn't matter what you eat. It doesn't matter if it's healthy or if it's junk. You will lose weight. So the second thing I wish I knew when I started losing weight is that those macronutrients that I was just talking about, carbs, fats, protein, none of them are the enemy for any specific reason, right? Because you see these diets like keto, low carb, oh my gosh, carbs, stay away from carbs, and you see all these people who lose tons of weight doing keto, and it only makes sense that someone who doesn't know any better would look at that and say, clearly it's the carbs. Hello, look at these people who stopped eating carbs and now they're losing all this weight. That's crazy. Don't you find it weird that low carb diets work, but so do low fat diets? There are just as many diets out there that have you eating no fat as there are that have you eating no carbs. So how can that be? Well, basically refer to tip number 1, which is calories in, calories out is what matters. Now, at the end of the day, what ends up happening when people go on these low carb or low fat diets, it's not that there's anything wrong with carbs or fats that are inherently bad that cause you to gain weight. It's that when these people cut out carbs, for example, you don't realize how much you are eating that has carbs in it. And if you actually stick to that diet and you start cutting out all these foods with these carbs, your oats, your rice, your starches, everything like that, what you end up doing is you're just limiting yourself on food. There's only so much meat, bacon, avocados, eggs, there's only so much of that you can eat. It's not that the carbs were bad, it's that these people might have been the kind of people who just porked out on pasta. They love their pasta, and now all of a sudden, you get rid of pasta and bread and all of these other things because people don't know what to do with themselves. So once you have them paying attention to their diet, even though it's, specifically low carb, high fat, what they're actually doing, the main change that they've made, is that they're paying attention to what they're putting in their bodies. It's not that carbs were the problem. It's not that fats were the problem. Please do not think you have to do keto. Do not think you have to do, I don't even know what the name of low-fat diets are, because I don't pay attention to that stuff, because it doesn't matter. Carbs are not bad. Fats are not bad. Too many carbs are bad. Too much fat is bad. Too much of anything is bad. That's the point. So the number 3 thing that I wish I knew when I started trying to lose weight was that healthy does not mean low calorie. Now, for any of you who've been doing this for a while, you probably already know where I'm going with this. Take avocados, for example. I'm pretty sure if you eat a full-size avocado, it's like 250 calories. But wait, avocados are so healthy. See, a lot of people go into this weight loss thing and they think, they don't even follow a diet. They just say, well, I'll just start eating healthy. I'll throw in some salads. I'll try to eat more fruit, veggies, all that good stuff. Maybe some granola, get those oats in there. You gotta eat the healthy stuff, right? What you don't understand, or what some people don't understand, is that just because something is healthy doesn't mean that it's low calorie. Go look at nuts at the grocery store, in your pantry or whatever. If you have nuts on you, whether it's peanuts, walnuts, almonds, whatever, any kind of nut, almonds are a seed, I know. Go look at the nutrition facts. They're loaded with calories. I think it's, I used to put a 1/4 cup of nuts in my Greek yogurt every day. And then I realized that a 1/4 cup of these walnuts that I was eating was like 200 calories. And I was like, oh my gosh, but they're nuts. They're healthy. How can they be this bad for you from a caloric perspective? Something can be healthy and be loaded with calories. They're usually high-fat foods because it's easy to get a lot of calories out of fat. Nuts are high in fat. Things like avocados are high in fat. High fat translates to high calories. Bada boom. Just because something is healthy doesn't mean that it's low calories. So don't just go eating as many healthy things as you can thinking that you're going to lose weight, because plenty of people have gained plenty of weight eating tons of healthy things. The 4th thing that I wish someone would have at least warned me about when I started losing weight was the fact that you will hit walls. You will hit walls even if you completely stick to your plan. Now, I went a little crazy with my weight loss. I was in a deficit of about 1,300 calories a day, and I did that pretty much nonstop for 3 months. I think I had maybe 2 cheat days. And I didn't even eat a lot. That was just like eating a normal amount of food for a human being. But my point is, there were 2 specific periods when I was losing weight between 180 pounds and 155 pounds, where 2 times for 2 weeks in a row, even though I was still going to the gym 5 to 6 days a week for almost 2 hours a session, and even though every single day I was in a caloric deficit of about 1,300 calories, for 2 2-week periods between 180 and 155, I lost 0 pounds. 0 pounds. I'm not even kidding. And I remember both of those times, it was the most confusing, most disheartening thing in the world, because mathematically it made no sense. I'm like, it's been 2 weeks, I should be down 3 pounds, and I'm down nothing. And it's not like once it picked up again, it accelerated, and all of a sudden I lost 5 pounds overnight. No. I don't know what goes on with the body. I'm sure there's a study out there. But there were 2 times where, even though I maintained my diet and I maintained my exercise, I lost no weight after 2 weeks of sticking to it. And then all of a sudden, it just started again. That was it. All of a sudden, one day I get on the scale and I start losing weight again, and I go, okay, fine. trust the process. You will hit walls. Do not get discouraged when you hit walls. Do not go backwards. Do not eat again and go back to your old habits. You will hit walls. You will break walls, but you need to stick with it. So the fifth thing that I wish I knew when I started losing weight is that water weight is a thing. Now, don't get too excited and blame all of your problems on water weight. What I really want to point out specifically is that when you start your diet, it's very likely that you're going to lose like 2 to 4 pounds in the very first week. And a lot of times, this is water weight. Now, I don't want to discourage you. Everyone has to start somewhere, but the problem is that a lot of people tend to get very discouraged after this first week. Lots of people quit their diets after the second week because they finish week 1 and they go, oh my gosh, I already lost 3-4 pounds. This is awesome. I'm going to lose 10 pounds in a month. It's so easy. And then they finish their second week and they've only lost maybe 1 more pound and they go, wait, what is that all about? I've been sticking to this diet. The first week I lost 4 pounds. The second week, I barely lost a pound. What's going on? That's water weight. When you start your diet, when you start eating less food, your body holds on to less water. Now, it's not that simple. There's a lot more that goes into how much water your body's going to hold on to at any given time. But generally, whenever you start your diet, you're going to lose a lot of water weight. The same thing happens at the end of your diet. So don't freak out after you've lost your weight and you start eating a normal amount of food again to maintain your weight, and suddenly you gain 3 or 4 pounds. It's water weight. Calm down. But keep everything in check. Don't blame everything on water weight, and don't forget to attribute some of your weight loss to water weight. The sixth and final thing that, well, I don't wish anybody told me, it's something that I kind of assumed going into it. The best diet is the diet that you can actually stick with, that you'll actually enjoy. You'll hear all these things about whatever diet is popular at the time, like keto right now. Can't stop hearing about keto. Well, if you don't like keto, you're probably going to fall off the wagon. And that's not necessarily because you're bad at dieting. It might be because keto isn't for you. But you could walk away from that thinking, yeah, just dieting isn't for me. No, maybe keto's not right for you. Maybe, like I referred to in number 1, calories in, calories out is what's right for you, where you can eat your cake or your burger or whatever junk food you want to have and still lose your weight, because there are responsible ways to do that if you're tracking your caloric intake. Whatever works for you is what you should do. I would much rather see someone lose weight maybe at a little bit more slow pace over maybe a longer time and actually enjoy themselves and actually stick with it all the way through than see someone who does keto for 2 weeks and they find out that they hate keto and they say, forget this, and then they end up giving up. You have to do what works for you, because this is a long-term game. Whether it's 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, nothing happens in a day, and it has to be something that you can stick with. Alright everyone, that's it for this video. I know it's really cliche. I don't usually do things like this, but if I can help at least one person, I'll feel like I accomplished something. Ever since I started working out about a year ago, my life has just, honestly, it's completely changed. My world revolves around understanding how to be a healthier, more fit person, and I really do feel better on a regular basis than I used to before all this started. So if you have any specific questions or anything like that, send me a message, leave a comment. I don't usually do this thing, but who knows, maybe it works. I hope I can help you. I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you next time. Stay strong.